Hey folks, welcome back. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I've got another gift request from Montauk Ed. Ed sent me, maybe you saw the unboxing, the prior video. Absolutely blown away. Ed sent me this watch clock, really. I mean, you wouldn't wear it. Well, I guess some rappers and artists might wear this. That would be pretty cool. And he made it. And so I'm leaving it here, even though it's probably out of frame by the time I come in. And he also made me this box. He made these things. It's unbelievable. Anyway, the gift request was for Tom T. Hall's Me and Jimmie Rodgers. Now that's an interesting title. And Ed wanted me to give a shout out to Classic Cover 709 for suggesting it first. So Classic Cover 709, shout out to you from Montauk Ed. So let's see what Tom's got for us here. I don't know the song. It's a reaction. Here we go. Oh.
Me and Jimmie Rodgers used to ride them rolling boxcars in the summertime.
Oh.
Jimmie, he'd play his guitar. I'd lay back and watch the stars and sip my wine. Me and Audie Murphy used to crawl out on our bellies through the German lines. Audie, I won't leave you here. I'll pull you through, 'cause you know you're a friend of mine. Me and Phil Rizzuto, didn't we move like lightning round there on the double play? I'd look over in the stands, and Marilyn would see me, and she'd smile and wave.
Just imagining all this?
Coach Lombardi, this old broken back ain't nothing if the game was safe. And fellers, if I don't pull through, just put a little golden football on my grave. John Wayne, he once said to me, them Japs will take that island, and we've got to save the old red, white, and blue. Someone's got to swim out to that submarine and warn them. You know, T, I hate like hell to ask you to. Me and Sugar Ray, we used to spar together up there in old Stillman's gym, knowing someday it would be the Garden and a championship for me or him. And Coop, if no one in this town is man enough to back you when Frank Miller comes, come high noon, I'll walk with you. I've had a few, but I know how to use a gun. Betty Grable, don't you cry. You know you can be a star. And with my drinking, I just hold you back. So go on, sign the contracts, kid. I'll read about you in some old newspaper from some rack. 'Cause me and Jimmie Rodgers, we still ride them rolling boxcars in the...
That was nice. We still ride those. Oh, those are the details in the song. And I know people like Kevin R. Carr and Jeff Cather and who pick up on tiny changes. That right there, the song in the beginning, you're like, you don't know where this is set in time, like, or in his mind. And he just clarified part of it. He still envisioned he and Jimmie Rodgers in this boxcar. All these things are still in his present mind.
Summertime. Jimmie, he plays his guitar, and I lay back and watch the stars and sip my wine. Me and Audie Murphy, we still crawl out on our bellies through the German line. That
hard.
way there, Scooter. Shoot that ball to me, and I'll swear we'll get to this time. So I told Hank, I said, Hank, I wrote a real good song. And he said, well, let me hear it. I went out to the truck, get my guitar, and the rest is history.
That's a song about imagination. And I love it. But part of it is like, well, did he play a song for Hank? Or are any parts of this song true? Like Phil Rizzuto, his nickname was the Scooter. And yeah, we, of course, up here, you know, from the Yankees, we know him. But Audie Murphy, his friend in World War II, presumably, it wouldn't have been World War I, II, because the Germans were both, but oh my gosh, there was so much in this thing. But it was just, what a way of depicting imagination. And it wasn't a child's imagination, it was a grown-up's imagination, because when he said the word still, because that could have been changed. Like a song could go anywhere. When you're telling a story can go anywhere. And this is a story told in a song, obviously, in this case. But he could have said, that's how I saw it when I was a teenager, or what have you. You know, stories are what they are. They go anywhere. That's why we pay attention. We're like, where's this going? And he said, these people are still there. He still imagines this. But don't we still do that, though, as adults? And we grow up. As a kid, you think you're going to be a certain way when you're older, right? Oh, all adults get along and everything's mature. You've got everything under control and stuff. And then you still find out, even when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you still want your parents' approval. You don't have it all together. There's no such thing as having it all together, because we're going to die one day. That's the great thing that guarantees we don't have it together, but that you still have dreams and imagination. And like the imagination when you're younger stays with you even when you're older, unless you die while you're living. To me, curiosity, imagination, dreams, ridiculousness, making mistakes, all of that says you're living your life. It makes you human. And Montauk Ed makes me human, because I forgot, of course, I'm off and running, Ed. I think you like doing this to me, too. I like having it done to me because I love songs like that make me think, feel, reflect. So those of you who know me know that I'm a personal coach or a life coach or executive coach. I mean, some of the stuff I deal with, most of it is very serious stuff. But I like stories of life that connect people to their life, to broader pictures, to broader considerations. And Ed just has this penchant for doing that to me. So, goodness gracious, the way Tom sang that, he's so non-cliche. That's what I think that's the thing that people decry about music from Nashville, or any kind of pop music for that matter, is it's so cliche. Even if you're into rap music, so much of it now, I'm not into rap much. I don't have a big problem with it, except the gangster violent stuff. I don't get on board with that. But it's become cliche. People are imitating others and how to be tough and all that. And it's the same stuff. It becomes cliche. Nashville. So a lot of the repeat the drum loops and such, cliche. Tom T. Hall, nothing cliche. Nothing. And I love that, because I don't like cliches. I don't want to be a cliche. I go overboard not to be one, not to say one, not to live as one. So, and there are downsides to that, because cliches have an advantage that they're predictable, but they're boring to me. Tom T. Hall is just not boring, and a song like this, goodness gracious. I mean, that sliver of life about imagination. I mean, unless I misinterpreted this, of course, which you can do that with a Tom T. Hall or John Prine or Jason Isbell, and just songwriters that are phenomenal. Bobby Gentry. The number that popped into my head was a 9.5 on Intrigue. It isn't on, I mean, it was if anything, it was underproduced. And I appreciate that more because I'm forced to lean in. And he gave me something to lean into. He didn't disappoint me. So it's like, wow. So Ed, thank you again, my friend. This is a heck of a day. The song request, the unboxing, and now I'm on to the next gift request. I got a couple more to do today. So there we have it. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.